Hey guys, I'm Allison, I'm the Pampered Wife. I've got my weekly makeup review of what I've been wearing lately. I don't have it on today, but I do have clips of me applying it. First, let's just say a big thank you to makeup. I want to express my love and appreciation of it. I woke up today, my eyes were so swollen, you couldn't see any depth behind a lid. My face was round and shapeless, and I now have on a lot of makeup, but I do feel so much better about myself, like I can go forward into the world. It's just a personal thing. It's very shallow and frivolous, and yet it can make such a difference with how we feel about ourselves. So let's jump into this week's makeup review. We're starting with one of my very favorite products, the Suntegrity 5-in-1 Tinted Sunscreen Moisturizer. It is an SPF 30. I've repurchased this multiple times. I have the shade Golden Light. This does only come in 4 shades, which is horribly disappointing because Golden Light is the 3rd deepest. There's only 1 deeper shade. This company is not new. It is a smaller company, and I understand that, but it's been around for years. I'm not sure how many now. You would think they would have come out with some deeper shades by now. That being said, let's move into why it's one of my favorite products. It comes in an airless pump, which I love because you use every bit of product. You're not exposing any of it to oxidation. You're not exposing it to the air, so it's not oxidizing or going bad quickly. It is a creamier, moussier texture. It's a very comfortable whipped product that is definitely moisturizing. It is a little thicker. It's not at all hard to spread out, but you definitely notice it. It's a stiffer, creamy product when you spread it out. Even though it looks like an atrocious shade on me, I guess I'm having trouble speaking today, it is actually a great color or shade. I guess it does change. I do use this as a foundation, but more importantly, I'm using it as a sunscreen. And so I do apply plenty. I apply it to my eyelids, I spread it all over, I try to get it down my neck and on my ears, and it just happens to have fantastic coverage. Suntegrity does make another product that is considered to be their foundation, but this for me is plenty of coverage and as much coverage as I would want for a day-to-day foundation. It was also EWG's 2019 Best Moisturizer with SPF, or one of those on their list. So you know the ingredients are pretty clean. It's non-nano zinc oxide, it's broad spectrum, and you can apply foundation on top of it, but I don't. I think it gives a beautiful skin-like finish. They call it a dewy finish. I guess that'd be correct. I feel like there are other foundations. Suntegrity's one, the SPF foundation, is really greasy looking on my skin. This one, I don't have that same feeling or finish, and I can powder it but don't have to. I know at one point I went in with the Bali Balm Bergamot and Grapefruit lip stuff just to moisturize my lips. I always like to apply a moisturizer while I'm getting ready so that when I apply my lip product, my lips aren't dried out and they're comfortable and ready. This is a nice one. I would repurchase it. I have nothing bad to say about it. You know, lip balm is a lip balm unless it's not good, then I would tell you, but this is a pretty good one. Now's a good time for me to tell you that everything I mentioned in this video will be linked in the description box below. It's not affiliate, it's just for your information. This channel is a total hobby for me because I love skincare and makeup and try a bunch of it. Just for your information, I do put all them below. Next, I go in with the Saie Sun Melt Light Bronze in the shade Light Bronze. This is a solid cream formula, and I adore it. It's one of those that I feel like you can't mess up. Maybe I should go a bit deeper. Looking at it, it looks quite yellow looking in the monitor. I read or heard that it has fragrance. I don't smell any. I don't note any. I'm very sensitive to scents. You would think that with a cream bronzer you'd use your fingers, but really the best way to apply this is with a brush. I find once I get it applied, it actually is quite neutral instead of being yellow like it looks in the pan. It just is effortless. I feel like it blends in with the skin so beautifully. It looks great on the skin. It never looks made up or like a bronzer. It just, the creamy texture just melds with the skin and the shade is great. I don't know what else to say. I'm going to go ahead and swatch it here for you. This is definitely one of my favorite bronzers. For concealer, which I often forget to apply until after my bronzer, I'm using the Hynt Duet Concealer in the shade DC 2.5, which is medium buff. This is a great concealer if you have probably normal to oily skin. If I moisturize underneath my eyes and then put this on, it looks beautiful. If I am the slightest bit dry or didn't moisturize enough, it goes from looking really nice to far worse than before I put it on, except the color correction is always helpful. This actually is a really good shade for me, I think. This also is a cream. It's in a glass pot with a plastic top. This is a softer, smoother, more emollient cream than the Saie Sun Melt. It feels really nice when you stick your finger in it and swirl it around. You want to keep doing it. Like it's a nice texture. Here this is on the back of my hand. And I sort of swatched it over the Sun Melt because I went horizontal with the Sun Melt swatch and vertical with the concealer. I have taken this with me to Florida to see if maybe it wore better in a more humid, warmer climate, and it didn't. I still had to moisturize like crazy underneath it. That's just my experience. If I do that again, it's beautiful. I did take this on a recent trip to Florida and use it as a spot concealer foundation. I just kind of put it through the middle of my face, places where I wanted to brighten, and then blended it out either with a brush or with my hand. I haven't found one way is better than another to apply it. I've tried a sponge, a brush, my finger. All I know is the more I try to, not even necessarily rub it, you know, even just tapping it, the more I do that, the more it kind of lifts the product and creates texture, no matter what tool I'm using. Let me know if you've had a different experience with this. People love this. I would definitely not repurchase it. I see why they love it. I see the potential, but it just doesn't get there for me. For blush, I've been using the Vapour. Okay, it's Courtesan, and this is their, I think, MultiStick. It's a gorgeous shade. It is a stiffer cream product. It is a bright poppy pinkish red. I think it's beautiful. I prefer to use a brush or something to diffuse it on my face. If I go in with my finger, I'm left with the dots and have a harder time spreading it around. I think because it is a more stiff product, it also wears pretty well because of that. This isn't my favorite as far as cream blushes go. It's a good solid product. It does look nice on the lips. You know, it's multi-use. You can use it everywhere. It does work well for that. As far as texture goes, it's just not my favorite. So I'm going to show you the powder I've been using. This is the Saie Air Set Setting Powder in Translucent. I still love this. It is weightless, it blurs, it gets rid of any tackiness, but it doesn't look like you have powder on your face. Yeah, it's my favorite powder. It does come in other shades. This one works well for my skin tone. For brows, this is one that I've gone back and forth on liking and not liking, and now I kind of am a big fan. That's why I love to do these what I've been wearing lately reviews, because I revisit products that I've tried before. I'll sometimes, rarely, but sometimes change my opinion about them, and this is one of them. This is the Saie Brow Butter in medium brown. It comes with the tiniest little spoolie, and it deposits very little pigment. But I love this for a natural look when I want a little bit of hold to my brows and a little bit of color, but I don't want to do like what I did today. I feel like they look pretty dark and plastered today. All the makeup I have on my face today will be linked down below, and I should be reviewing this makeup next week. That's an aside. I've just found this to be the perfect shade, the perfect go-to on any day that I can't figure out what I want to put in my brows because I don't want to do too much. I've just been loving it. Since I put the SPF on my eyes, that acts as a primer for eyeshadow, and I have just been adoring this Physicians Formula eyeshadow palette. I've never tried one before. I bought it during the Amazon sale. I love the idea behind Physicians Formula. Don't exactly remember the story, but it was created by a husband for his wife. I don't remember if she had lupus. She had some kind of disease, or she may still have it, that compromised her immune system, and she was having trouble finding makeup products. So he created this for her, not just this, but the whole line, and I love that. Anyway, these are quite powdery. They are easy to apply and spread around. They're not the most pigmented. I don't know how well they would wear without a primer under them, but I do like the versatility of this. I like that it comes with multiple shades from very light so that I can brighten the inner corner and under my brow bone to everyday neutral shades that can wear nicely on the lid. And then it comes with some deeper shades that I could line my eye with or really define my crease. I've just been really pleased with this palette and the looks that I get. They're very neutral, but I've been pleasantly surprised. For mascara, I'm still using the Athr Big Bang mascara. This has just been a solid choice for summer. It has a pretty narrow wand. It's not plastic, it's more of, you know, just the regular bristles. It's a nice rich black. It's more volumizing than it is lengthening, but I can get some nice length. I really like the impact it has. It wears so well. It's a little difficult to wash off is the only issue I have. It definitely doesn't come off in a first cleanse with an oil cleanser. So I'm guessing if you have oily skin or eyelids or anything that this would be a good fit because oil cleanser does not remove it. I definitely have to go in with a second cleanse and get all of what's left under my eyes afterwards, but I don't mind. I don't scrub. It's nothing rough or terrible. That's just something to be noted. For oh my gosh, my favorite product, and I can't remember what it's called, highlighter. For highlighter, I've been wearing, I'm a little off today, I hope you'll forgive me. Anyway, this is the Victoria Beckham highlighter stick in Pearl. I do believe that's the only shade they have. The packaging is really pretty. It says VB on here, I don't know that you can see that. And it looks more like a lipstick, maybe even a perfume spritzer. It was embossed with VB here on the end, but I've kind of worn through that already. I tap my finger on it, spread it on the high points of my face or anywhere I want it. It is creamy and emollient enough for me to put at my Cupid's bow, which I feel at this age is more difficult to find a product to do that with because I definitely have lines there and a lot of products just accentuate that. So I don't typically highlight my Cupid's bow, but I can with this because it's emollient enough and moisturizing enough. I've heard this described as tacky. I don't find it tacky at all. My hair doesn't stick to it. When you first apply it, it has a tackiness to it because it's a cream product, but my skin just really feels moisturized, you know, if I touch it throughout the day. I've really liked this. At first, I wasn't so wowed with it, but then as I used it throughout the week, I grew more and more fond of it. I put it on the end over here. So you see, it's not just glare from the light. It's really beautiful. I find it to be a nice, more natural, lit from within look. To me, it reminds me most of my Westman Atelier lit up highlight stick. I'll probably do a comparison of those two. I do feel like the lit up highlight stick is more emollient and has less shimmer and is more shiny or glass-like, and this has a bit more shimmer. But this definitely isn't one of those chunky, glittery kinds of things. I think it's beautiful and I've been enjoying reaching for it. This is the Victoria Beckham Waterline pencil. I can't read the shade name. It is a creamy white shade. It is a lifesaver. I do have this on today. This is the one product that I wear almost every day with any look to brighten my waterline and oftentimes brighten the inner corner of my eyes and under my eyebrow. It is just so smooth. It glides on. There's no tugging, no discomfort. It never irritates my eyes. And it is just the thing that I need with my typically red, allergy-ridden eyes to brighten up my look and make me look more awake. I will swatch this here. So you can see compared to the concealer how white it is. I feel like I might be losing my voice. Okay, this is just like a pièce de résistance. That's my fantastic French accent. This is a Rituel de Fille. It's a lip something in the shade Water Violet. It feels more like a lip balm. The packaging, you know, does not feel luxurious or high-end. It's just a plastic with some, you know, metallic emblems and things on it. It does have a lavender scent. Almost all of Rituel Diffuse products have a lavender scent or maybe even another essential oil. Somehow theirs doesn't bother me though. And I love this shade. I love the way it feels. I love how it brightens my face when I put it on my cheeks. I often finish off the look with whatever lipstick I'm wearing dabbed on my cheeks. I love their lip products. I love Rituel Diffuse and I love this shade. Here it is swatched on the back of my hand and you can see how much more purple it is than the blush that I'm actually wearing, the Vapour blush. And that's nice sometimes to be able to mix shades together like that. Anyway, I love this. I love it. Overall, I've enjoyed the makeup I wore that week. My, standout products are obviously the tinted SPF. Also the Big Bang Mascara has worn fantastic all summer, and the Victoria Beckham Waterline pencil is still a standout for me. Those are the ones that really stand out. The Rituel Diffuse lip product is just a bonus that is super fun and really perks up the look for me. I'm looking over at the products that I have sitting here. The Saie brow pencil now is a solid go-to summer natural brow look that is much better than my natural brows. The Victoria Beckham highlighter stick, I'm really enjoying. I don't know that it's a must-have, but I'll be wearing it more and I'm sure I'll have more to say about that. Yeah, the Saie bronzer and the Saie powder I love. I really enjoyed all of it. The Hynt concealer I will continue to use, but I will not repurchase. The Physicians Formula eyeshadow, I was pleasantly surprised by. I would definitely try another palette by them. I think that sums it up. I hope this was helpful. I hope this helped you make some decisions on products you're interested in or give you new thoughts about products you already use. I'd love to hear from you down below in the comment section. If you made it this far, please give this video a thumbs up. I'd love to have you subscribe, and as always, I hope you find some time to pamper yourself today. Bye.